Hello.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being patient with us as we rescheduled our class for this cute little, we call it Jack Stack project here at Meadowbrook. My name is Emily and I am the wholesale sales manager here at Meadowbrook, and I also do customer service. So if you call, you might get to talk to me or email, and I'm usually the person that answers. I'm here to work with Dori on the project. Dori, do you want to introduce yourself?
And I am the retail manager here. I've been here for 28 years. I don't like to say that. Shows my age. But so I've played a part in many different areas within the company. But right behind you, we're actually not in our video room like we've been before. That is filled with new ideas for next year. But I have this is what I call home now. So every day of the week, Monday through Friday. But yes, it's like my second home. So like Emily said, we are going to make this Jack Stack. I'm going to go through the parts, but if you haven't already gotten a couple things together, I'm going to give you just a couple minutes here. If a water bowl is very handy, paper towels, something like a paper plate or something that you can maybe put some paint on to mix. Baby wipes are wonderful things if you don't have them. They were very good at cleaning up your hands, but also if you mess up on your gourd, you can actually take the paint off a little bit. So I'll let you guys go ahead and get some of that stuff together. While you're doing that, I just wanted to explain to you too that this is the way we put the gourds together. But if you would rather have this face on the bottom and this face in the middle, you can absolutely switch these two. You cannot switch the top one. That one has to go on top. But you absolutely can switch these two. And you can also switch up the paints. If you would rather have this guy white and this guy orange and this guy green, you can do that. So that's one of the fun things about doing the classes. We send along the paints to make it like this, but you can also add any other color paints that you want to add.
And you can use any type of paint on a gourd that you can use on wood. So yes, craft paint works great. And anything else that you have?
Yeah, we sell acrylic paints in the store here, but when we're doing our paints, like the ones that you're using, some of them are latex paints, like you would paint the walls in your home. So they're absolutely okay. These will come off your hands, but they will not come off clothing very easily. So just make sure that she pushes up her sleeves. So just make sure that that you try not to get them on your clothes. So, okay, I'm going to go over the parts that you guys should have. If you don't have anything, please let me know, and I will be more than happy to get them out to you. So you should have 3 gourds that are going to make up your Jack Stack. You should have a wood biscuit that's going to go on the bottom. You're going to have your paints, and there's 3 of them, 3 different colors. Separately, you're going to have, it's actually a glue pod or pot. So that is not paint. It's very sticky if you try and paint with it. And then you should have a big brush and 2 Q-tips.
Okay.
So hopefully you all have those things.
Some raffia.
Oh yes,
right?
I forgot the raffia is up front. So, and the raffia. So that's in my pile up in the front there. I missed that. So thank you. Yeah. So okay. So I am going to actually paint my Jack Stack the way that it is shown here. But like I said, you can do whatever you'd like. So I'm going to take this one, and we're just going to start from the bottom and work our way up. What I would suggest is that for the first coat that you put on, I would water down your orange paint, which is the one in the middle here. I would water it down by just putting your paintbrush in the water and then kind of putting it off onto your paper towel a little bit and then dipping it in. What it's going to do, it's going to give you a real thin coat that's going to dry fast, but it also helps with streaks when you put on the next coat. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that.
And will we do 2 coats?
I think we're probably going to have to do 2 coats on all of them.
Okay.
Is my guess. But we'll wait and see what it actually looks like.
Okay.
And if you guys have any questions or anything as we're going through this, please either unmute yourself, or you can actually put something in chat and we will check it out and then answer your questions.
Yeah. And if it's after the fact, you can always call or email us. I know you have Dori's email address, but you can also call and we can help you out. So what is going on at the farm right now, Dori?
Well, we got our first frost last night. And so the sunflowers are pretty much over. We've had sunflowers since the last week of August. So we've had them for a very, very long time.
50 acres of free sunflowers here on the farm.
Yes. And so we think the sunflowers, I mean, there's still some out there, but they're starting to get pretty wilty. And so that happened. And then with that, I noticed that the gourd vines have started dying back now, which means that we will start going in now and cutting off all of the gourds and lining them up in rows, and then they will stay out there all winter long to dry.
We do all of that by hand. We go out in the evenings after our work and cut all of them off and organize them out in the field so they dry nicely.
We have a bunch of high school kids who come in because they're constantly bending over, and if I did that for that long, I don't think I could stand back up straight. So we let them come in and do that. But, yeah.
Another reason to keep your paint a little on the thinner side is so that you don't fill in the really fine lines on the eyes and the mouth. And if you would happen to fill that in, you could, if your paint's still in a pretty wet state, you could go ahead and blot it with paper towel or take a toothpick or something fine and get it out of those lines.
Yeah.
So I filled in mine a little bit.
Sometimes even if you get this real, like don't have paint on it, but you can sometimes even get those sometimes up through.
That's good. Yeah.
To actually.
Yeah.
And you do not have to paint the bottom because it's going to be glued onto the bottom of the gourd.
And should I worry about the insides here?
No, if you want to, you can, but I didn't worry about it when they got cut. You're not going to see much of that anyway, and with it not being a lip piece. So, okay. So we can close up the orange and just put that one off to the side, and we're going to let that one dry. And we're going to go to the green.
Yeah, our brush really well.
Yep, clean off your brush. Go to the green, and we're going to do the exact same thing. So water down your green just a little bit, put the coat on, and then we're just going to put that off to the side. And I don't know, I find it, some have little stems you can hold on to, but in case yours don't have a stem, you can put your hand in the bottom and just kind of spread your fingers, and then you can hold it like that, like Emily's gonna have to do because she only has a little nubbin.
Yeah, he's missing his stem, but that's okay. It'll be hidden anyway.
Yes.
And it still very much feels like fall, and we're still celebrating fall because we love fall around here, but we are full in Christmas mode around here. Yes. In our crafting department.
Oh, it's crazy.
There are Santas and snowmen everywhere.
Yes, there are. So, and believe it or not, and I hate to say it, but my store is slowly, I mean, you guys see a lot of Halloween behind me, but in front of me is all snowmen. Snowmen and Santa. So I'm slowly changing my store around too. We had a sale 2 weeks ago. About 2 weeks ago, we had a sale in the store. And so I had to make, otherwise my shelves would look very bare. So I had to bring out the winter things.
People seem to be ready for it. They're ready.
Yes.
So we're gearing up for the holiday season and for Black Friday, Cyber Monday shopping will be here before we know it. And
But I'm
so
not turning the Christmas music on yet.
thank you. I love it, but
I love Christmas music, but
not 2.5 months of it.
Yeah, when it's not even Thanksgiving or Halloween yet, I just can't. So, but no, everything else is, it's just, time is just ticking away. It's going crazy.
This time of year is very busy for us in the farm because we have our harvest, but then this is also the time where we plan for our designs for 2024. So we were just doing that this past week, and there's lots of really cool new designs that will be happening for next year.
I'm actually really excited about the lineup for next year. So I hope you guys, if you get a chance, there's some really neat things coming out. So I'm actually really excited.
Yeah, we're actually I think I'm most excited about mummies. We have mummies coming, which I think are so cute.
Cool.
So hopefully we can get some mummies as a class.
Yes.
Do a little mummy family or something.
Yes.
They're very cute.
The mummies are very cool. In fact, Ashley came and was trying to come up with a name. I think they're going to be named Maverick, but you guys are the only ones who know that. So
that's a very cute mummy name. I like it.
Yes, I think they're going to be Maverick the Mummy.
And Ashley is our farmer and designer of the mummies.
Yes. So she was trying to come up with some names, and I think that's what we're going to go with.
I think that's a great name.
So, okay. So I don't want to do the white because I don't want to get the other colors in right away. So we are going to go back and do the second coat, which I think is going to be plenty on the orange. So you can put your second coat, and this coat here, you don't have to water down. You can just go ahead and put it on full, and it'll be plenty, and then you won't have to worry about putting on any other coats.
And if you're like me and you like your paint to be really thin because it kind of looks like a stain,
oh yes,
you could stop at this point too. You do not have to add
absolutely
another coat. I will though, because I do like to paint.
Yes, absolutely. And some people just like more muted colors too.
Yeah, and if you wanted to, you could certainly mix the colors together. Green and orange are going to make kind of like a brown, and add some detailing to your jack-o'-lantern. You can be as creative as you want. It's your piece.
Yep. Now with classes and everything, we have the classes, and Emily's going to show you some. Yes. But we're thinking about classes for 2024 already. And if you guys have any suggestions of something you would love to see, or you would like us to teach, or whatever, even if it's not something that we normally do, but could be done with a gourd, we would love to hear from you guys. So shoot us an email or put it in chat, and let us know if there's anything that you guys would like to see.
Yep, we do this every day, so it always helps when
we get outside help.
What you'd like to see. So our next class for November for Zoom is this really cool turkey named Theo. He does light up. And I hope that I get to help teach this class because he's adorable.
She wants to keep him.
That's the beauty of teaching classes. You get lots of fun gourds to take home.
That's right.
He will be taught on Zoom November 14th from 6 to 8. And then I don't have a sample for it, but we also have a December Zoom class, Blizzard, the snowman scene, and that'll be December 12th. And that's really cute. It's a little snowman on a big wood biscuit base. You get to make like a whole little scene.
It has a tree behind him, and he has a little sign that says North Pole, and he is really cute. We are always told that our pictures don't do our product justice. Well, some of the pictures for the classes, I mean, the picture is cute, but in person, he's absolutely adorable. So,
yeah, he's a really neat piece that you could certainly customize and make your own.
Yes, yes. He is very, very cute. Yeah, 2 coats is gonna do it. That's
Yeah,
great.
he looks very nice. Good, good, good.
And then whenever you're ready, you can clean out your brush very well. And then you can open up your green, and we're gonna do the second coat of green.
Okay.
I seem to be painting my fingers too, so.
That's me every time.
It is me too. I don't know why.
I love to paint, but I'm very messy at it.
Yes. For those of you who are used to doing the Zoom classes, you know, Amber normally teaches the classes, and she's always so neat, and I'm always sitting over there, and I'm always a mess. So
you get the 2 messy ones today.
yes, you did. Not sure how you got to be so lucky. I like this green too.
It is a very pretty green.
Yeah.
And this isn't the most complex class that we've done, but it is nice. I think it's a nice, simple, relaxing class, and it's a very cute piece.
Yes.
I'll be excited to take this one home too.
Just in time for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
Yeah. And along with, if you do like to do the classes, we also have kits available that you can do on your own time. They come with instructions. And those will be on sale for Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
They will be.
And so they don't go on sale super often, but they will be on sale for that. So if you like to do gourds, that's a great time to stock up on some new kits.
They make great kits, or they make great gifts for kids, or people who maybe are shut in and can't get out or something. They're just nice and easy, and you can, you know, make them your own. They're just a nice little gift.
A lot of people that get our kits and have little kit crafting parties. So
cheese and wine nights at a girlfriend's house.
Certainly fun time. Yep. And you're right. I have a 2.5-year-old, and she loves to craft boards. So
for now, huh?
Well, maybe when she's told she has to do it, she might not.
That's right.
Right now, she loves it.
Oh, they look so cute.
They do look cute. Little witch.
Okay. Yeah, they're drying pretty good too. Okay, so now we're going to go and we're going to move to the ghost, which is the top. You don't have a choice about this one. Now you do have a choice on color. So if you can make them whatever color you want, I'm going to make mine white. Again, first coat, I like to water down. And then once that dries, then we're going to do a second coat. But we can just put the first coat on first. We'll set it to the side, because then we'll start gluing some of our things together. See how that goes. I'm trying to. Do you take Ellie somewhere to go trick-or-treating?
Yes, we usually go to a community nearby and trick or treat. I think this year we're going to go to Ashcombs to the trunk or treat.
Okay.
Which, if you are local and you go there, they have their mansion decorated for Halloween for the trunk or treat, and I believe it's free to go, right?
It's free to go to the trunk or treat, but they do charge to go if you want to go into the mansion and go through the mansion and see how it's decorated, which I'm told, I've never been there, but I'm told it's gorgeous. You do have to pay for that, because they do it, I think, on the hour.
And if you go in, be on the lookout, because correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe our gourds are going to be in there decorating.
They are. They asked us if we would drop off some gourds for them to decorate with, and we were like, heck yeah. So
we'll be part of the spooky festivities.
Yes. Well, my husband, Halloween is his holiday. So he decorates the house and puts bars on my windows and bars on my doors, and
well, it's very fitting then that he works here and crafts Halloween boards
And
for a
does,
large
yes.
portion of the year.
yes, yes, he does. So it works out very well. We get a lot of trick-or-treaters. Well, he's been decorating the house now for about 8 years, and he's accumulated quite a stash, and now the kids know that he decorates like that, so they come. So we normally get we live in a town, so we normally get about 200 trick-or-treaters.
Oh my gosh.
So yes.
I live close to the farm. We don't get any trick-or-treaters.
That would be a very long walk between houses.
Yes. You'd really work for that candy.
So, okay, whenever you are done, just like I said, just set your little ghost to the side. You can close that up so we don't.
And you can see here, the camera will focus. They are a little streaky with the white compared to
Yes.
the other colors, and that will go away with another
coat. Yep. Yeah.
So that's okay.
Okay, so the next thing is we're going to get our glue, which is the single pot, and we're going to use one of our Q-tips. And we're going to need your wood biscuit and your whichever one you want to put on the bottom. I'm going to put the orange one on the bottom, and you're going to put a nice amount of glue around the bottom and then just kind of center it on your wood biscuit, however you want it to go.
And there's no top or bottom, whatever, whichever side you like works best.
Yes.
This is Eileen's tacky glue.
It is,
and
yes.
it will dry clear, so it's okay if it's a little.
If you see it a little bit on the
Yeah.
wood biscuit, yes. Which is very nice. It does take, though, about an hour to set up. It may not take quite that long, but I like it to be about an hour. So the one thing that we're not going to be able to do tonight, when you're looking at this, is we won't be able to put the raffia on, only because I'm afraid we're going to decapitate our poor little jack stack if we do that.
Sure will, yeah.
But it's not very hard with your raffia. You're just going to take a few pieces and wrap it around each one. The bottom one, we a lot of times tie in a knot and then just cut off the excess. And then the top one, we push to the side, but we leave a little bit so it looks kind of like a little bow. And then you can kind of place the little bow wherever you want it. And if you don't want it that, you can just, do the same thing on the top as you did on the bottom.
And there should be plenty of raffia there for you to be as creative as you'd like.
Yes.
You say you're messy, but I am.
Okay, maybe she has me beat. Okay, so yeah, you're just going to glue that on. And it does give you a little bit of time if you didn't get it quite centered or whatever. You do get a little bit of time to move it around a little bit. Okay, I just put your glue and your Q-tip to the side, and we're going to put our second coat on your ghost.
Perfect. And just remember, glue to the side. You don't want to paint your ghost with it.
Yeah, please, yes. Remember, you want to put it in the one that has the 3 paint pots.
I realize our camera, we're a little tight here today compared to our normal setup, and I'm a lefty, so if I'm reaching over,
you know what, I didn't even think about that. Oh my. One of the questions that we do get and is if you need to put a spray on this at the very end when you're all finished. You don't have to, but if you would like to, we would suggest putting on a polyacrylic rather than a polyurethane. And the reason being is that we are using white paint. And if you put polyurethane on top of white paint, it will make it yellow over time. So the polyacrylic, which you can get mostly at any hardware store, that will keep it the color it's supposed to be and not change it.
But you don't have to.
No, you don't have to put anything on it. It's not, that's only if you want to.
Now, if you ever dye the gourds, you would certainly want to put something like that on it.
Absolutely.
And as long as you take care of your gourds, they can last 100 years or more. So that's why we would recommend the polyacrylic, so it doesn't yellow over time. And to take care of the gourds, properly store them. You just want to make sure you're storing them in a cooler place that is free of moisture. So a damp basement wouldn't be the best place.
No.
You just treat them like you wouldn't put a wooden piece in
Right.
in
Yeah,
a
you
damp
just don't want
basement
them to get anywhere they're damp, because they could get moldy if they're damp, if you're left somewhere where they're damp.
And just like wood, you know, if you leave them in a bright sunny window,
Yeah.
You have a chance of them fading a bit. But of course, you could always give them another coat. Dory, I'm feeling that this might need a third coat.
You know what? I'm thinking that too. So that's fine. So we're just going to put this on. That's why I kind of did a in-betweener here. So yeah, white sometimes does. So when you're done with your second coat, again, just put that off to the side.
I feel like it can also vary by gourd too.
Yes. Can I have a baby wipe?
You sure can.
I kind of got, it looks like he's crying. I got a little bit of white paint on there, so I just want to.
That's the beauty of baby wipes.
Yeah.
We buy baby wipes in bulk here.
We do. So I got a little careless with so I'm going to, I just have to touch him up a little bit. I can do that at the end though. When you do the baby wipe, a lot of times it will take the paint off, but you can just very easily touch it up. So, okay, so the next thing we're going to do then is we're going to get your glue out again and your little Q-tip, and we're going to put your middle guy on, and this guy is going to sit straight on top. So you're just going to go right around the edges and then just sit it straight on.
Now, would there be any problem with if I wanted it tilted to tilt it?
No, if you want to put a little tilt into it, you can definitely do that. Yeah, it's shown straight. Yes, it's shown straight on. I had to look at it there. But I don't see why you could not tilt it to the side a little bit if you wanted to, and then tilt your ghost to the opposite side.
I might do that.
Okay. No, because the wood biscuit's gonna, I would say the only reason why not is if it was gonna topple over, but your wood biscuit's heavy enough to hold it down. So
awesome.
Okay.
Now my question is, usually when we have our gourd projects, there's a nice clean like cut here that you definitely put the glue on, and this doesn't have that. So how far out should I go with my glue?
I would just go around it like that. Okay, like we said, it's going to be clear when it dries, and plus you're going to put the raffia around it. So I would say just maybe about 1/4 inch to go around.
And a healthy amount, I would say.
Yes.
Don't be stingy.
Nope, you have plenty of glue. And if you need to use your other Q-tip, because sometimes it starts getting pretty raggedy. So you're done like that. Just kind of, you can use your other Q-tip, because we're not going to be using that for anything else but the glue, so you'll be fine.
I wanted to mention, Dory mentioned her husband being really interested in Halloween and working here, and he is one of our master craftsmen. So the faces that you see on these gourds would be something that Todd would cut, and he has been doing it for over 20 years.
24 years.
24 years.
Yep, he came in
how
2000.
Many years does it take to become a master craft?
Well, it actually takes a couple years to actually get to the point where you know how to do everything. It's not something, especially the cutting. The cutting is probably one of the hardest parts to do, just because you have to be so uniformed with everything. And we do use templates, to put them on, but it still is, it still takes a lot of time.
Yeah, so they'll draw the faces on, so they know
Yes.
what to cut, but they still have to cut in the lines, and it's a lot harder than it looks.
I have tried, and he's tried to teach me, and after a while I'm just like, you know what, you do it so much faster, because he makes it look so easy. I'm thinking, why can't I do it?
It's funny, you often hear that we have really good craftsmanship, but sometimes people walk through the store and be like, these can't be handcrafted. And it's like, no,
They
really,
are.
Todd does that.
They really are. My husband's sitting back there right now doing it. Yeah, it is just, but they make it look so easy. And I
Yeah.
guess, when you have done something for that long, to them, maybe it is easy, but
Yeah. And like we're sitting here doing one board.
yes.
Todd will sit, or all of our craftsmen in the
Crafters,
back
yes.
will sit, and they will make 200 of the same gourd.
Yes.
So they get a lot of practice.
Yeah. I always have to laugh because people say, oh, it must be so awesome to work. I could do crafts all day long. And I'm like, yeah, but you have to remember, you're not just doing one of this and one of that. I said, when you sit down, you're doing 100. And they're like, oh, I don't know if I'd like that. I said, I know, but
luckily we found the right
people to do. That's right. That's exactly right. So, okay. So your green guy is going to take, did you make him crooked?
A little bit, yeah.
I like it. The green guy is going to, especially because he doesn't have a flat to flat base, it will take a little bit longer for that to set up. So just be a little careful with it. We will be careful when we put the ghost on then too. So, okay. I think we can put our third and final coat on the ghost. We'll still need to glue one more time to put the glue on, the ghost to put on there. I wasn't being very careful. I got it in his little cracks of his mouth. You were telling everybody not to do that.
Hey, it's easy to do.
Guess what? I did it. There we go. I got him out. Okay.
We also in December have our create your own events if you're local coming up.
Mhm.
We have spots available for that. And that is a lot like doing our Zoom classes where you get to make your own custom board, but you can make as many as you want within your time frame, and you have the help of Todd and all of the other crafters here to make your piece unique. So you get lots of different options. There's going to be tons of snowmen, and
there is angels. No. Yes, there's bears, and I believe there's angels, and there's Santas and snowmen, and there's a campfire, and I'm trying to think of what else.
So you get access to our dyes, and our experts will actually spray some of the paint for you. So if you want a white snowman, we can spray it to look really nice, and then we'll have ribbons to decorate.
3 coats on it.
Nope. And you have access to our wood burners, and like I said, the craftsmen to help you make projects. And that's a really fun, popular event that we have here every year on the farm.
We have a lot of people that come and make gifts. A lot will walk out, or they'll sign up for multiple classes so that they can come, and they'll do a lot of gifts.
And it is a BYOB event. A lot of people forget that, but you can bring your friends, family, bring some wine, bring some snacks, and you get you sit at your table and you can enjoy that.
I've had 3 calls between last week and this week about that, asking if they can do it. And I'm like, absolutely. So I think 3 times is the charm. You're feeling pretty good about your third coat?
I am. Good. It's looking good. Yeah, and just like Dory said, just be mindful when you get down to 3 coats, making sure you're not filling in any of your ghost's cute little face.
Yeah.
The paint will try to pull like the bottom of the eyes and stuff. So
My little ghost looks like he has a little mole.
Aw.
I like it.
That's the really cool thing I think about doing crafts like this. So we're all doing the same steps, but the boards are all a little different. So they're all going to look a little different and you can add your own take. But when you go to like a create your own, they might, you have so many heads and bodies you can choose from, but every design comes out looking different.
And they all look so good. People always say, I don't have any artistic ability. You would be surprised what you can leave with. Some of them look just like our stuff.
Yeah.
They look, because it's just, they look really good. So the one thing I wanted to tell you guys too is, if you want to, with raffia, you can always add a little bit of raffia to the top too, if you want.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, I think we are done with our paints then. So you can put them to the side. Now, those paints, as long as you don't put them somewhere where it's really cold, that they freeze, you'll be able to use those paints on other projects that you have. So
for any touch up.
Yeah. It's always nice just to have a little bit there. So let's clean out my brush. And then the last thing we're going to do, once they dry just a little bit more, is we're just going to put about the same amount of glue like you did to add your middle piece to your bottom. Is we're just going to do the same thing. And again, you can, this one is tilted. You can tilt it. You can put it on straight if you want to, so it looks more like a totem pole. But that is entirely up to you. But that's going to be the next step then, once they dry just
and
a
with
little
that
bit.
in mind, I don't have any stems, but Dori does. And if that were to get into the way of you putting the piece together the way you want to, you can cut that off. What would you recommend that they cut that off? Would scissors work?
Scissors aren't going to work. They're probably about, I would use like wire cutters.
Okay.
That's normally what I use, or pruners, like if you have garden pruners, or garden scissors like that, something like that, that's a little bit heavier
clippers.
duty than just scissors. But
I was gonna say, I don't know that I have wire cutters, but I certainly have.
Most people always have a garden clippers or something like that. But okay, I'm going to go ahead and I need to get my other Q-tip, because my first Q-tip. And you can just go ahead and
start putting on the
base. And going around the base.
I always feel like I'm putting on too much, but I think that's what you're supposed to do.
Yes. In this case, I would err on more, just because you're not going from a flat surface to a flat surface. So like I said,
cover it.
Yes, it's all going to be covered. So that's not a. And I'm going to tilt mine to the side. Just be careful. Hold on to your middle piece while you're kind of placing your guy on top. And if anybody has hot glue guns at home, you may always use a hot glue gun to put these heads together. How is it going?
I think he's turning out pretty cute.
So cute. Look at him. So, okay. Now, the glue, like I said, is going to take a little bit of time to set up. So just keep an eye on them to make sure that they don't start going like this. But otherwise, once they are done probably in about an hour. If you want to wait till tomorrow morning, that's fine too. Is just to add your raffia.
Mhm. If you really didn't want to wait, you could probably take a hair dryer on the
Yes,
low setting and
and do
speed
that.
up the time, especially if you do something that's extra tilted. Um, but yeah, it's the glue holds pretty nicely, but not nicely enough to add the raffia quite
No,
yet.
nope.
So
Yeah. So, okay. If anybody does have any questions after we close off, if we shut down here, please let me know. You can either email me or call me. I'd be happy to answer any questions. If for some reason you are missing parts, please email me and let me know that too. I will be sending out the recording tomorrow, probably sometime after lunch. So if for some reason, you had to get up and leave, or you're still stuck painting orange, then you can then you can follow through with the video, but the video will come out tomorrow afternoon. So okay, well, we want to thank you guys so much for coming and sharing the evening with us.
this was super fun.
Yeah, and a happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Have a nice
Bye.
evening. Bye bye.
Have a good night.